Hey, friends and neighbors. Welcome to Swanee Valley Knives. I'm working on a knife right now. If I get this in here, this is my little river pattern. And we're experimenting with the epoxy handles. Got actual oak, slices of oak branch in that epoxy handle. Nice, beautiful blue on that. But I do want to finish it, and we're experimenting with it, trying to tweak things here and there to see what works and what don't work. And what don't work is providing a lot of heat to this thing. So let me zoom in if I can. Come on, phone, zoom. Zoom in, baby. You see right here in this region here, around this pin, it started to kind of melt just a little bit. That's because when I was first grinding it on the belt grinder, a lot of heat got built up right there because of the friction. So I'm learning as I go along. Try not to let this hang on the belt for too long. I got to use the machines. I got it on hand to do this. So I'm just learning how to work with this material now. It still needs to be sealed up. So once I get everything rounded off and contoured the way I want it, where it's comfortable, we're going to put another layer of epoxy over it to kind of seal it up and everything else of that nature. But you can see I need to still finish the handle. You can see one side's kind of contoured, this side not so much. So I'm going to work on that side a little bit. I got a 40 grit on my belt sander, and I apologize for the mess. This is a workshop first, so messes are going to happen. And I'm going to try my best to do the camera work and the actual work. So I apologize. And by the way, you need to adjust volumes on your phones and in your earpieces and on your TVs if you're watching this through the Roku or whatever, because I don't have editing software for this, and these are machines and they will be loud. Just giving you some advance warning. I always want to make sure you wear your PPE, your protection equipment, safety glasses, and a mask. I'm gonna upgrade from this mask here. This is a fine dust mask. I got these at Harbor Freight, like a 10-pack, but I'm gonna upgrade up to the face shield and a respirator. You don't want to breathe this dust in from any of this epoxy or any kind of metal. When you're grinding this, you're getting metal particles and dust all over, and it flies in the air and everything else, and you don't want to breathe this in. It will cause respiratory problems down the road, trust me. So let me get suited up here. We'll get to grinding. Let's get to work. Now I only want to kiss it. I don't want to just dig into it, because you can remove a lot more than what you want on this epoxy. It's real easy to do. So let's crank it up. Barely touching it. Just kissing that belt. All right, what I want to do now is touch up in here in the finger groove area. Um, I'm going to use let me back this up so you can see where I'm going here. Got a lot of stuff laid out here. But anywho's, I'm going to use the pulley on my 4x36 to make a clean, rounded, what do you call a groove on the handle. If I was to still use this, I'd come off with all those little square nicks and stuff, and I want it to be nice and rounded and aesthetically pleasing that way. So I'm going to turn this on. Just for tracking. Put the belt right there. And I'm just going to kiss it. That actually feels a lot better. Whole lot better. Now let's get set up for hand sanding now. By the who's and the ways, this thing, not this thing right here, this top part, but the base to this thing is complete junk. It don't hold on to shit. That thing's tight, and yet it still moves. So this definitely is a good nominee for the you get what you pay for, organization. So, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do away with that whole entire base. It's got bolts or something down here, or it's got that little, looks like an octagon shaped post sitting on. I'm going to take that, cut it off, and just build my own base to it. The vise works great. It's got a good little lock up to it. And I could use it up here. I could really use this vise. So let's see what I can come up with in this. I'll just do a separate video on this and see what we can come up with. So we're going to move over here to the work desk now. It's a complete chaotic disaster. I've been busy, been working. Actually, I lied to y'all. Complete gangster lied to you. I didn't work the past couple of days in here. Been fighting migraine headaches off and on. And I know, boo-hoo-hoo-hoo. But I feel a lot better today, so I'm trying to play catch up in here. I've got a knife that needs to be glued. I got another knife that needs to be finished beveling, and the holes drilled for the handles. All that good stuff. I even got the handles ready to go on that said knife. Plus, I got to shoot another show and tell video and everything. So I got a lot to catch up on. So I finished this little river pattern here. Let's get the handle all sound. Let me go over here and get it. So we're going to use a good old reliable jig that I made here to do this. I would use it on my articulated vise, but like I said, that's complete junk. And once I get it done, it won't be so articulated. It's going to be just a normal run-of-the-mill benchtop vise that, you can't move. So anywho, let's stop the jibber-jabber and let's get busy on this. Normally I'd had this blade taped off, but I've already been kind of working on this knife a little ways ago, but it's, wanted to kind of finish it off a little bit. here. So I already got me some new grits of paper cut, except for my 1000 grit and my 800 grit. Still got to cut strands of that. I think what I'm going to start off with, let's just start off with a 240 grit and see what happens. Am I getting this in the shot at all? Maybe. We're just going to start here. Nice little sanding. Try to get up in here too, as much as you can. I know it's close to the jig piece, and there goes my dog. Yep. Nice little round edge here. Just going to go over. The rounder the handle, the more comfortable it is to me. Now you want to just come along here and just, like we did before with that little buddy pattern, we're just going to come along and smooth everything out, blend everything together. The epoxy handle and the metal, you just want a nice smooth transition between all of it, you know? Not one protruding over the other. It's just a nice marriage of everything. Just going to go ahead and try to get everything cleaned up. I'm going to try to do this where I don't have to keep taking the clamp off and moving it around so much. So I'm going to try to get this done here. And I'm going to probably do a couple of grits and come back to you. So that way this video don't get too long-winded on you. Because this probably will. This part I usually like to take my time on. And it's just part of the job. Just to make sure you get the last little bit right when you're doing this. My chair keeps moving. Gotta hold myself steady and do this too. This epoxy turned out really beautiful. This is that mica powder that you can add to it to change it different colors. I got all kinds of colors to use for it. So you can see it's kind of our first time because it's separating here. This might just be kept as a prototype knife. I don't think I really want to sell it the way it is because, you know, it's starting to melt right here. I don't want to, right out the gate, put this kind of poor little quality out there. Trying to build up a good reputation when you're first starting out your little business. You don't want to start out with leaving a bad taste in somebody's mouth and how you doing shit, you know. You want to make sure that you're on top of the game. But we're just experimenting around and see what works, what doesn't. And this epoxy is a good way to go. It's got to learn what works the best when using it. What strategy? What would be the best way to approach it? I have to use the machines, so there has to be, you know, I have to figure out how to, you know, I don't really have to use the machines, but man, it'll take a long time to get the sanding down by hand. Hand sanding is usually what I like to do on the tail end of stuff, not the whole all the way through. But again, I'm still using this 240. I just want to go over and make sure that I get it just worked down, nice and contoured. Put my hand around it every once in a while, make sure she's good and rounded off, feels comfortable. Come across with a microfiber towel, that way it kind of grabs all that dust off of it. I usually use my air compressor, but I figured I'm already using, but it'd be too loud to be kicking on and off every once in a while. So, and I think this might be my 400. It's just not marked at all. So I apologize if this video gets long-winded, but that's part of the work sometimes. This is how it goes. Just going through. Main part that I want to make sure it's good and rounded is literally right here when you're getting the best grip around it. You know, when you're choking it pretty much. You know, choking down on it. Right in here is where I need the most comfort and rounded off edge, right in here in the finger groove. And I know I just sounded dirty right then when you're choking it and you're gripping it real hard. Get your minds out of the gutter. I know what I done been said and I know what I done been meant. Listen, just gotta be comfortable, y'all. You snickered and laughed at that. Your mind's probably about as dirty as mine. You know what I mean? Anywho's, I want to thank y'all while I'm doing this. I want to give out a good shout out and a thanks to all the ones who have been subscribing and sharing and commenting and just interacting with the channel. I really do appreciate it, because I'm trying to, get up a good following and trying to get myself out there. So, and I figured that'd be the easiest thing to do is by doing this, get on here sharing with y'all, and y'all see the work I'm putting into it and everything, and that's probably the best way to go. I ain't got nothing to hide and nothing to prove, and just like working with my hands and making good quality stuff. That's already feeling smooth. Already feeling smooth. I got another knife show and tell coming up within the week. I'm waiting on it to come in the mail, but we all know that USPS thing that they're just never as streamlined as they should be. I know I cut. No, I did not. Time out. So I'm waiting on that knife to get here. They're not saying it's not going to be here till Saturday the 11th. So. And I just looked at the tracking on it, and it's still stuck up there in Arkansas, so it's not anytime soon heading this way. So, but all we can do is be patient, y'all. And it's a beautiful knife too. I got us a good one to take a look out, and you know what's going on. I open that up right here for y'all to see. As soon as it gets hit and comes out of that mailbox, within that day of it coming out of the mailbox, it's coming on a video. It's being shown in a video. I don't do nothing with it. We'll get to take a look at it right out of the box together. Come on, people, now. I think I'm getting it. I'm on an 800 grit now with it. And it's all right. I mean, it's just smooth as smooth can be. Smooth as a baby's backside right there. Not, well, right around here, get it good. That right there is probably just going to be I don't know if I can get anything to work that out or not, but it's just where that epoxy was. This pen got so hot when I was grinding it down on the belt grinder the other day. When I first initially started working on it, it got so hot that it looked like it was starting to deform the epoxy around it. So I think what I'm going to do is, if I do this again, I might put epoxy, instead of it being the whole handle, maybe just put epoxy like in the middle or something, and that way it's against, the pens will be in the wood, not the epoxy, and this probably won't be happening. But it's beautiful the way it is, and it feels good, so we're getting it figured out. That's good right there. Just want to go through, clean it up. Don't you fall again. I already picked you up 2 or 3 times. Don't you do it. You're trying me. Nice and smooth all around. Oh, yeah, y'all. Yeah, dig it. Right around them pins right there. That feels so good. Right there. I think that's at 800. Apparently what I thought was 800 was 1,000 grits, so apparently I've already been through all the grits and call this done. So let me move on to the next project. But first, let me give y'all a little, let me show this one off to you. And there it is. The little river. I can shine the light this way, you can see it. The lighting's kind of bad on this side of the shop. I can get the phone to focus in. Focus. That's beautiful, ain't it? Now this oak that's in here, from the hurricanes that blew through, knocked down some huge branches and some tree limbs in the yard. These are actually out of some of them branches. We just put it on the bandsaw and sliced them and put them in the epoxy to set. Isn't that cool? So, it's reused, not gone to waste. and it's beautiful. I think I would get a little closer, but the way that light is, it's making it turn out blurry, and the reflections and stuff. But I got to go and resharpen it. This was the one I showed y'all about a month ago in one of the videos that when I made it, I accidentally left it in there without, accidentally didn't treat the handle, like seal it when I first got done with it. And I took it inside to show it off, and it accidentally got put in the sink. And I came back, and it was kind of damaged. It water damaged and all that stuff. And so I took the handles off of it. It broke my heart to do that. It was a waste. I hate wasting. And we tried these little epoxy handles. So now it's going to be right here with the rest of this little crew. Finally, this one was actually made about 3 months ago, and it got damaged. I just now got around to it, to doing something with it, and it's comfortable in the hand now. It's really good. Now, when we go to put the final layer of epoxy on it, I'm going to put some down in here and up here, because it was starting to pull apart a little bit. Actually, right on this guy right here, you can probably tell it, and on the back side where it was starting to pull apart. So once that does it, it'll help set the handles back down on it, and it won't be an issue, and it'll hold up. But that's beautiful, smooth in the hand. And what you're seeing there on the desk is already the kind of models I've been making. I keep them oiled while they're here, and I'm getting ready to start selling. So this here is my moccasin pattern, my EDC cleaver. There's a little mini cleaver that you can carry. Like where I got to put a little taco sheath or something on it to cover the blade. It's already starting to get its own little patina, looking good. I got this behemoth cleaver / little dicer knife. This made you could chop with. You could dice up your vegetables with it. And of course, y'all seen the little buddy. He's got him a little lanyard now. Keep him oiled up. Look at that. That red oak grain is just gorgeous. That red oak. This is from firewood too. And then you got the little river pattern. This is my little river pattern. To me, it kind of looks like a waterway or something, like a river. This guy, he's the one that needs to get glued up. I've already heat treated him and tempered everything. He's another little experiment. This is my first hidden tang knife. Where did I do? There's what's going to be the handle. It's in the ugly duckling stage that I call it. He just slides in, just like that. And then not only am I going to glue this, but I've also put a pinhole in it. So that way it's going to have a pin and it's going to be glued. So that way, over time, if the glue wears out, you won't have to worry about the handle ever falling off of it, really, because that pin's going to be there. You probably just have to re-glue it. So I'm going to end it right here, y'all. I want to thank y'all so much for clicking on and joining me here this evening at the Swanee Valley Knives Workshop. I'm going to continue on working. I got a lot more stuff to do, but I don't want to drag y'all on too much. Video's already kind of gotten long-winded. So thank y'all so much. And if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button for me. Click that bell for them new video notifications. Hit that like button because that lets YouTube know that you're enjoying this kind of content that I am providing for you. And it keeps me in the realm of algorithm happiness. And until next time, y'all, I shall see you when I see you.